Welcome back to you and good afternoon. As we take a look here, we know that Beryl made landfall this morning, and today we have some showers and storm activity. We have a typical July weather pattern going for this week where we have those highs getting into the upper 80s and the lower 90s. Here's Beryl right here after making landfall. I'll go a little bit wider. You can see how wide that those outer bands are getting now, all the way out in Louisiana, extending into portions of Mississippi. In fact, we'll take a little gander here as we go into following this tropical storm, I should say category 1 as a at least as it hit Houston today, and that's where all that flooding came from. And that continues on now, getting into just the northwestern corner of Louisiana, getting into as a tropical storm. Then it moves on and gets into the grand circulation across the United States, heading towards St. Louis and Cincinnati, and then towards Cleveland, Ohio. You can see it still has a little punch to it as well, driving through Cleveland and making a little turn just before it swipes near our southwestern corner, and then makes a turn all the way in towards, say, Michigan and then Buffalo, as well as portions of Toronto. Then it gets in the general circulation again as a remnant low, and then kind of moves off to the northeast and into the Atlantic. For us here locally, well, we'll pick up some temperatures holding on to the 70s in the low 80s, possibly for some locations. But the big rainfall comes in around the 3 o'clock hour, as you can see. Then it begins to swipe down all the way down to Eau Claire, and eventually kind of stretches down to portions of also La Crosse in the form of a light storm, perhaps coming in for about 5 to 10 minutes, and up and out it goes. We go into Tuesday, though, 2:15. You're starting to see a lot of rainfall now, the cloud cover associated with Beryl. And then once that gets out of the way, we go to Wednesday. You see that moisture is kind of cutting out to the east again, but we still have some remnant low showers coming in from the north, and that continues to press into our area. So we'll have a little bit of wet with some light to near moderate rainfall coming in for Wednesday. It'll be mostly shower activity. As we get into the rain amounts expected today, though, less than 1/10 of an inch, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch in some cases. Take a look at areas by Bosco, up to about 1/2 an inch down to 1/4 of an inch, and then we can widen that out a little bit more. You can see a lot of that rainfall is going to come in. I wanted to show you this one because this model is saying that we could see rainfall down by Prairie du Chien up to about 3/4 of an inch, and you can see that batch of rainfall that's associated with that, and all the way up to Ladysmith, at least up to 1/4 of an inch or so. But everybody else still stays pretty much in the same, about 1/10 of an inch or less. As far as Wednesday is concerned, you can see we're probably getting into at least maybe near an inch to about 1/2 an inch in some cases, but look what Beryl's is putting down on the ground there. That's about 5 inches of rainfall plus in some cases, and that's going to be a lot of trouble for a lot of folks. We get into the river levels here. What's going on now? The river levels are receding. You're seeing at least Wabasha and Winona. They're now in the minor flood stage. All these other places crested on Friday last week, and then you're seeing La Crosse and the minor stage level for areas by McGregor. They're going to be getting down to at least by the end of this week down into the minor flood stage levels. Yeah, the temperatures right there. We'll get up to about 82 degrees today. Then you'll see as we go into the 7-day forecast, 8-day forecast here, we're looking at 80s bound, and then we get into the midweek, and then things change where we get into warmer conditions where those 80s and 90s are on the way.
All right.